Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about how to finance two vehicles in the same day or within a 10 to 15 day time frame. Let's go straight into it. All right. This question actually came during a consultation I was having with one of my clients, and he had a great question. He says, listen, I'm looking to purchase two vehicles in the same day, and or within the same time frame. And he was like, can I even do something like that? I said, you actually can. And he was like, man, that's not like illegal or something like that. And I want to clear a lot of that up because it's a question that I think a lot of people get, that they want to ask someone, but they don't know necessarily the answer to. So the answer is it illegal? The answer is no. Okay. When you're buying a home, they have a form for you to fill out, and it pretty much says, are there any other debts that we don't know about that we calculate into your debt to income that you need to tell us about that we don't have access to see? You're probably like, well, how can they not see that? Well, a person can easily have a side business where they have the money go to a different checking account, but they gave the mortgage lender access to one particular checking account, those bank statements, that W-2, those check stubs, all that stuff. And they just say, hey, listen, this is something we need to know. On the flip side, it could be money going out. It could be like a major payment plan that you have, again, set up with another account. Either way, long story short, when you're buying a house, there's a form you have to fill out, and it pretty much says, hey, is there anything we don't know about? And you have to say either yes and explain, or no and then just move on and of course turn it over to your lender. Now that's when buying a home. The reason why they need that, obviously, because it factors into your debt to income. When you're buying a car, they do look at your debt to income, but not all of your debts, really. They more so look at the credit score. Most everything is going to go by credit score first. Second is going to be income, and then third is going to be what's actually on the report. So remember that. Score, income, and then what's actually on the report. So, for example, when you're buying something, anything, when you're financing anything, a credit card, whatever, it more than likely won't show up in your credit report until about 25 to 45 days later, okay? And the reason why I say 25, I've seen people get lines of credit and it show up fairly quickly. So you can't always bank on the 30-day rule. So long story short, he said, hey, can I do it? I said, yes, but you have a short window. It has to be within 10 to 15 days. And some banks are affiliated with each other. Let's break that down. Back in 2015, we used to send deals to Chase Bank. If Chase Bank could not get that deal done, or was it Fifth Third? I can't remember which bank it was, but if they couldn't get the deal done, they will automatically send that application over to Santander. Now, I don't know if they still do that today, but again, that kind of gives you like an idea that they already have that on file, okay? So if you go to another dealership and you don't say that let's say, for example, you did that, you bought a vehicle, let's say you end up financing with whatever company, and you go to another dealership, you don't tell them that you just financed a vehicle, and now they're sending your application to the same banks. They're like, wait a minute, didn't he just finance this vehicle? Now, of course, only one bank will know that you actually financed the vehicle because obviously they gave you the money, right? But again, a lot of times that bank doesn't even know until 1 to 2 days later. That's called funding, okay? So let's say you buy a car, let's say you go to the dealership, you buy a car on Monday, and then of course they give you the keys, you drive off. Technically, that deal has not been funded yet until about 1 to 2 days. Now, funding usually takes place when, of course, the dealership takes that paperwork and they send everything in. All right. When they send everything in, they're not just going to just take a look at it, just give it a check mark. It takes about a day or so. Okay. Some deals take longer. So if the worse your credit is, the longer it takes a deal to fund. And when I say longer, we're talking like 3 or 4 days. Okay. The good news is it's not on your credit report. That's what makes it not illegal because no one's asking. No bank is calling you saying, hey, did you buy another car? Because people don't usually do stuff like this. But again, it helps because in this particular client situation, his income is strong enough, to where he's like, hey, listen, I know I've been paying this stuff all the time anyway. So can he afford it in real life? Yes. But banks normally like incomes that's over 60, over 70, over 80,000 before they start considering 2 car loans at the same time. And those car loans can't be two $50,000 car loans. They'll probably do like a 20 and a 10, a 20 and a 20, maybe a 20 and a 30 max, but that's if you're doing like $70,000, $80,000 gross income. So you can do it, but it has to be within a 10 to 15 day window. It's easier if you do the same dealership. Why? Because that dealership they know the game. I mean, they know that you can easily, get around just not sitting, because the same bank is not going to finance two same vehicles. The flag is going to come up. It's going to say, hey, and not a bad flag. It's not like that you can't do it. It's just that banks don't like it. That's all it is. For example, you can't stop a person from buying a car, then co-signing for their sister the following day or the same day. Technically, the responsibility is still the same, because if the sister decides to not pay that auto loan, that person is now technically responsible. So again, they're not necessarily going to pressure you about it, but you most definitely can do it. It's easy if you go to the same dealership, or if you go to another dealership, another brand. It's okay to let them know, hey, let the salesperson know. But some salespeople don't know that much anyway. Let the sales manager know. Say, hey, listen, I just bought a car today or yesterday, and I'm financed with this bank. I just want to give you a heads up. And when they do that, say, okay, great. And what they're going to do is they're not going to send your application to that particular bank, especially when they have banks that are affiliated. For example, you may not know this, but Ally is affiliated with GM Financial. GM Financial is affiliated with AmeriCredit. So that goes three levels deep. GM Financial is usually the more top tier, and then AmeriCredit is usually like a slightly bottom tier. And then, of course, you have Ally, which is about the same as GM Financial, but of course, Ally finances other vehicles outside of GM. So, but again, they're all connected. So all that plays a major role when you're looking to get financing and things of that sort, simply because, again, they may work hand in hand together. So it's best that you let the sales manager know as well as the salesperson, okay? So it can be done. I want to make sure you guys know that. So if you like this video, like it. You want to share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe as we have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.